Welcome back. This is a carryover from our Pasadena mission, just because it was running a little long. And I don't know if you saw that, but I had to duck out of the way because there was a T-825 over there wandering around. He's actually kind of a trap, because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to come over here. Whoa! Ow. And I appear to have found the invisible wall. You're supposed to come over here and get spotted by him while you're going up the stairs. That'd be bad. We also blew up on the 808. These guys are, when you don't have help, these guys are really hard to take down by yourself. If you shoot them with enough, doing enough damage in the face, they'll fall over. The problem is you have to have the opportunity to do that. The 825s just don't give a fuck. They're pretty much too dangerous at this point for us to, yeah, we got the 808 in the explosion, the 825 managed to miss. Oh well. But the 808 has parts, so we'll take another one. Uh-oh. There's an 800. Looks like the 808's going to get up. Ruin his day and fuck up his day too. And that solves that problem. Although now we have a pool of gasoline between us and the house. And another 800 on the way over to investigate. This is where pipe bombs really come. Oh shit. I don't know, he's just going to find. The problem with the recoil is it takes you off target. And hitting a target that's there we go. The resistance rifle isn't terrible. It just doesn't. It initially doesn't have the oomph required. Admittedly, it's better than the Skynet rifle for the previous grievances, excuse me. It does actually do more damage, statistically speaking. I can actually show you, because there should be one floating around here somewhere. Yeah. So if you compare the two, this one does 65 base, whereas this one does 75 base. It has a slightly slower fire rate than the 950. Shots to overheat 15. I call horse shit on that one. I think it's more like 10. But it also got a better stability, so it doesn't bounce around as much. It's a toss-up, really. You can use it. I don't particularly care for them. I'm actually going to the upgrade menu, and I'm going to see, since I picked up a bunch of stuff, see if I can upgrade the clip size on this thing. I can, but it's going to complicate things. I got all clips. Let's see. Lose the fire rate. Lose the clip. Take the clip. Cool. Alright. Let's see if we can find a stability one. There's a stability one. Can't use that one. Can we shuffle one around? No? Not really. We only got the one stability. Can we make this work? I don't think we can. I think we're going to have to make a compromise here. That'll work. We've increased our clip size to 9, so we've gone from 30 to 30. Math is never my strong suit. 30 something. Load. 33. Let the computer do the math for us. Alright, so we've got a locked door over here. We might find goodies in. Aha! Stuff. Ah! Of course, I upgrade this stupid thing and then immediately find a different rifle. Alright, so the TC 2000R scoped is what everybody's going to call the classic rifle. We're going to go ahead and strip these. Oops. I think, of course, you strip one, you strip the rest. I think? No? Really? Okay. Yes, unsafe changes apply, I believe. Okay, so the TC 2100R, excuse me, is the scoped version. And we're going to go ahead and drop that. And I'm going to upgrade this. The thing about oh dear, I forgot about that part. The 2100R scoped is the quintessential resistance rifle from the movies. It's actually not quite the same because the resistance rifles have this big ugly, in the movies, they have a kind of this big ugly scope made from a CRT monitor and a little camera with a green lens over it. So that's not quite what this is. This is more of a modern night vision scope, and it gives you kind of a Terminator look to it. It will help picking out targets. I think it also will highlight hostiles for you in white. Kind of like how the Terminator vision did in infiltrator mode. Ah, crap. I will do that more often than I will hit some of the barriers. I'll just miss. Especially if I'm trying to get through something quickly. Yep. Okay, so we're verging close to another point. But we're going to pick this lock on the police car. And this... oh, there's more artillery. This is the house we've been looking for.
That sign. It has to be Jennifer's house.
So we're going to figure some shit out. Oh, we came looking for chalk, right? Why else? You know, what else could there be here, right? Jennifer may not have been telling us the whole truth. This house has seen better days, I can tell you that much. Let's go upstairs. Upstairs was a bad idea. Upstairs was a very bad idea. That's your goddamn picture? There's your goddamn picture. Yeah, I know it's not a really good... oh, shut up. It's a big fuck-off robot. Big stumpy bot. There we go, we've broken him. Alright, let's do some damage here. So, the T-47 is a big stumpy robot with fuck-off rocket launchers on its back. Ooh, oh, and twin miniguns. But the key here is just shoot in the face until it keels over. We broke it. Heard it. Yeah, so if it does that, that kind of wind-up noise, yeah, that's a the artillery, rocket artillery getting ready to fire. Now you're asking, why aren't you shooting at the rocket pods in the face? The rocket pods are actually a weak point, kind of. They don't do the critical hit damage, but you can blow them up if you can do enough damage to them. And that eliminates one of the major offensive problems fighting these things. We're just going to shoot him in the face now. He's almost dead. Alright.
T-47 neutralized.
And I'm actually... Holy shit, we knocked him right over into the backyard. Let's go say hello, because he always carries some good shit, like this fire rate bonus. Okay, well that was fun. So our objective was to take pictures of it. We blew it up instead, because I always like to go that extra mile. Alright, let's see. Basement. How much damage did I do to our ammo supply? About 200 rounds. That's probably a fair trade-off. Especially considering how we have to engage those things later. They do make a reappearance. Like I said, they are kind of like area bosses. Okay, this says come find me. So let's open this door. Uh-oh.
That's Jennifer's father. Poor guy.
Dropped a shotgun. Does that look like he was killed by a Terminator? Kind of hard to tell.
Empty. Now where's the rest? Huh. Is that a map to your hiding place, Patrick?
It is indeed a map. And unfortunately, even if I knew where we were going, which I do, you can't interact with it until you come here and find that little map. Wow, I'm bad at this. Come on. Okay, stuff. Dear Jennifer, I was afraid to bring up this topic again, so I've decided to leave you this letter. I hope it finds you. I don't think it's safe for you and your brother to stay at the house anymore. Something broke inside Ed, and we're scared he might... Something broke inside Ed, and we're scared he might do something to one of you. He's not the same man he used to be. We're leaving tomorrow, and I really think you should consider coming with us. We'll be waiting for you both until sundown. I'm writing this with only the best intentions. I hope you are safe. Be safe, Rose. So, yeah, Ed was her father, and remember we got a note that we think was from Ryan saying, Ed left the group. We didn't run into a Rose on the way. Rose wasn't part of the group, so either Aaron was the replacement, and or Rose was Aaron's original name, who's skill book, or she didn't make it. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll ever know. I've got some skills. I'm going to spend them. First thing I'm going to do is upgrade my weapons, because Jesus Christ, these things hurt. And next thing, I'm probably going to go ahead and just grab another level in toughness. The next thing I'm going to get is a level up in hacking, because that will become quintessential later for getting access to some of the better goodies. But I maxed out my lockpicking. So hacking is the next best alternative. Alright. So remember how Patrick's map said school bus, castle. This is his castle. Let's go inside. Yep. You can even if you know to come over here and move this pallet. This pallet is uninteractable until you figure out that node, or figure out that little map. At least I think it is. Wow, I wasn't even trying on that one. Yep, this minigame gives me more trouble than anything else in this game, including the Terminators. I'm gonna pop another heal just because. Okay. There's not a whole lot to say. I'm just scrounging for equipment and trying to finish a side quest. It gets a little more interesting. We were in here previously with the infiltrator, and we did drop down that same hall. I'm just going to grab all the stuff in here real quick. Closed lockers almost always have stuff. Somebody's built a skyline. Or, excuse me, drawn a skyline. This is definitely someplace Patrick has spent some time in. The Space Needle. Interesting. Considering he grew up in post-apocalyptic Los Angeles, even pictures, pretty hard to imagine him getting access to some of those. But hey, you never know. He might have scrounged a postcard from somewhere. Kid does have talent. Washington, D.C. Yep, I told you we'd come back here, but this time without the wallpaper.
That's quite an imagination you've got there, Patrick.
Hoover Dam. Space Needle again. Aha! The diner. Nevada?
Okay,
Jackpot.
that should do it.
Apparently, Patrick likes to collect postcards. And at some point, he starts titling his pieces. He's quite the little artist, actually. Alright. On the bus, let's go take those pictures and get the hell out of here. Oh, we can go that way, but I'm not feeling like walking through a minefield at the moment, so we're going to go this way. There's a few items we can collect. Up there. So there's two ways you can come to this area. And I'm not talking that particular closet. I'm talking about this particular area with the T-47. There's the way we came, and then there's the back way, which comes from that objective over there, and I think there's a path down there. Of course, you can't see it with any of the fog. And yeah, you are kind of supposed to fight the Centurion, T-47 Centurion. That's what it's called, here in this field of plasma containers. The problem is, look, it's Skynet base. The problem is, as soon as he spots you, no matter where you're standing, he makes a beeline for you. The problem with that being, he immediately moves out of this plasma container field. And if you're standing out in the open, trying to take advantage of the plasma containers, you're going to get chewed to pieces by those twin miniguns. You'll be dead before you realize you made a mistake. Combat stims. Yeah. Combat stims give you access to some interesting stuff, and I'm actually going to pop one of these here real quick. Wrong button. This does a thing. Up. Okay, well, now's the time as any. I think that's a... that's a toughness stimulant, because I probably should be dead by now. But yeah, there's a couple of Terminator units wandering around this base for security reasons, obviously. And if you're not careful, they'll patrol right up on you. What's really bad is when you're engage one, and because this has happened, you be sneaky by going around the wall, and you run face first into the other one, coming around the corner. I've done it once. It was a very quick way to get a game over. Yeah, if you get within arm's reach of a T-800, there's not even a mini game. He just snaps your neck. Wow. Yeah, at least I think there's a spider, armored spider floating around out there as well. At least a half a dozen more, probably more accurately, a dozen more Terminators outside. Not in the near vicinity, but definitely nearby. Oh look, he's investigating his fallen friend. There's the armored spider. T-800. This way, over. Oh, I missed him. Yeah, we're gonna start a fight. Oh look. A fight has been started. And I got stuck on. Woo! So I got lucky there because I had the heavy large health kits equipped. This is a combat stimulant that does slow time. You get those really nice headshots. But yeah, any closer and I would be a dead man. And that takes care of it for the patrols around this base. And we're going to go ahead and break in. Can't see it, but there's another. There's that armored spider patrol with the T-800. And that's kind of a mess because the T-800 will, of course, move in as quickly as it can, while the armored spider essentially provides cover fire. You can see him right there. So how do we want to do this without me getting shot? I like this actually. That could have gone poorly, I think. If the vision cone was just a little bit wider, I would be dead. Because at that range, with that many enemies, or with that high damage output, I wouldn't have enough time to destroy it. And I certainly wouldn't have enough time to run away. It's kind of pointless me doing this, except for the fact that turrets can't hear you. Everything else in the game has audio receptors. Turrets do not. It's actually one of the tooltips in the loading menus, but we never sit there long enough. I'm really glad I cut the videos in two, because this is taking a while. Ah, good. There's a couple of these throughout the game, and one of them later on is packed to the gills with Terminators and long, narrow hallways. And you're the fish. Run away, run away. Yeah, definitely don't want to be caught in there when that thing goes off.
Plasma storage destroyed.
Ooh, level 14. I will spend that in just a second. I'm going to pick this lock. Damn it. Yep, we accidentally picked up the shotgun. I have two. I don't need another one. They're not really worth that much in return. So, yeah, we're going to get hacking level 2. I think we may have pissed off that patrol. I think that's why we're getting the... Maybe? Maybe not. I think So, fun fact, the plasma barrels, will not kill a T-800 if you blow it up, even if he's standing right next to it. What it will do is it knock him over and take about half his health away. So it is a good strategic option, especially if he doesn't have anybody else covering him. I don't think there's any way for us to get both of them at the same time. We're going to have to get in a gunfight with either the Spider or the T-800. I would rather have a gunfight with the Spider because he's easier to dodge. And he's certainly dumber. I hear gunfire. More combat stimulants. Yeah, it's painkiller.
Dispensary. This is it.
Yeah, the dispensary is right here. It even has the word dispensary written over it. Silverman, that was his name. I made a comment, and I think I might be proven
Looks like
wrong
Colin
here in
was
just a
really
second.
prepared. Or maybe he was planning to open his own pharmacy once this was all over.
Yeah, I think Colin was a drug addict, but we picked up a couple more. So there's slow-mo, there's painkiller, there's a couple more here. Let's see. Slow-mo, painkiller, which gives damage resistance, and then speed, which makes you run faster.
Huh. Aaron will appreciate that.
Oh, the turret survived. And that's because I hacked the base. The turrets are on my side. And they've started shooting at something down there. Interesting. Most of the time when the bases go up like that, they take the turrets with them. Most of the time. I was wondering what was causing the music. Because it doesn't matter if it's you being spotted or a friendly opening fire on something. There it goes again. Catch it. Crossfire! He's got that spider bot kind of pinned down there. There we go. Cool, that solves that patrol. And hopefully we'll get some peace and quiet here for a bit. I say that and immediately get spotted by a T-800. Get! Maybe there were 2 patrols. Shows you what I remember. But you're also seeing this has taken a lot longer than the other missions. There's a lot more going on. It's actually a bigger map than almost everything else you run into. There's only one other mission in the game that kind of does this. As far as I can remember. 2, sorry. We'll call it 2. Come on, open the door. Is that a brick? That's a brick. Okay. And, yeah. So we're gonna collect all our shit here, and then we're gonna head over and take those pictures. Because I think at this point, with this base cleared out, and with those patrols destroyed, I think we're done. More or less. I think there's like one more patrol that we need to be worried about. And it's a couple of Terminators. Well, we've got a bunch of extra pipe bombs now, so I think we're going to be okay. have to be careful not to mumble, otherwise the mic doesn't hear me, and you can't hear me over the explosions. Alright, we're just gonna... you can break your own legs. I don't think it'll kill you, but it will do a ton of damage. I think we can get up to that third, fourth floor. We have to go this way. Were we just up here? Maybe. Ooh, glad we came back up here. For those of you who watched the Infiltrator video, actually that might have been in the one video recording I didn't publish. But we've seen this before as part of a retread with the Infiltrator video. If I were to jump down there, I'd hurt myself pretty badly, possibly even die. So let's avoid that, shall we? And boop, and we're down. Alright. So that over there is actually something I want to take a closer look at, maybe when we're not getting it highlighted by the spotlight. Alright, there's a couple more things we can do while we're in the vicinity of the hospital. There's a couple more locked doors and some crates of goodies. But, yeah. Come on. Yeah, bathrooms full of trade resources, like soap. Please use it. It's double for people at conventions. Alright. I've been to conventions. Yes, they do smell. Resting place. Peter, it turns out that there are still people out here, and you thought we were the only ones who survived. I've decided I'm going to stay with them for a while. I don't think it's particularly safe here, but I'm tired of running. You know we're not getting any younger. There's this guy, Ryan, an old guy like us, who reminds me of how much we've aged. All of them think that we have a story to tell since they lived through Judgment Day. You know what he asked me? He asked if I remember coffee. Quite an icebreaker, don't you think? I think you'd like him. You guys would have quite a time annoying me. My watch is ending soon. I miss you, and I miss real coffee. So that was a note from Erin to her husband, Peter. We won't find more out about him until later. There they are. There's that Terminator patrol I've been looking for. Let's zoom in. Good picture. Perfect. All right. Perfect. And... yeah, if you're not standing in these exact spots...
Second batch going through.
Got it. One more to go.
Oh, we jacked him up. He's not dead yet. Nope, not dead, just mad. Bit of a segue. But Arnold Schwarzenegger was not the first pick to play the Terminator in the Terminator film in 1984. As a matter of fact, most people on that film thought it was going to be kind of a flop, including Arnie himself. He's quoted as saying, he went to the gym. Story goes, he went to the gym after a day of shooting in his costume. So the kind of grunge look that he was sporting during the movie. And the guy asked him where he got his crappy boots. Arnie, of course, is quoted as saying, "Some shit film that won't affect my career." Irony. But he actually wasn't the first choice to play Terminator. The first choice for the producers, sorry, the executive producers, there's a difference between regular producer and executive producer, was O.J. Simpson. And if anybody has studied their recent history, check the map here real quick. We've got this big, there's a loop down here. And then we're done, effectively. And we'll go this way. Because I'm going to drag this out. Might as well. Anybody knows the recent history about O.J. Simpson? O.J. Simpson hunting a blonde through Los Angeles. Strike anybody else as a little too on the nose? Ah, fuck! Ow, 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 walked into that one. Ow, ow, ow. And I think it's really easy to get trapped. See, if you're not paying attention. I say, stop that. Oh, that hurts. Running away, running away. If you're unlucky enough to have wandered down here while those two patrols are still active, did I get them both? Not quite. You can actually find yourself trapped between those patrolling units, which are actually only right here, and the Terminator Spider Bot Armored Spider combo. Hey, we've been here before. So other than O.J. Simpson, which turns out was a really bad idea, and they dodged a bullet on that one because they turned it down, to do Police Squad. Yeah, O.J. Simpson thought he was going to be a big hit in comedies. And, yeah. I mean, Leslie Nielsen was a big hit. But the excuse me, I got off topic there. I was going to start rambling about something else, but I'm going to try to avoid that. One spider down, another hit away. Oh yeah, with the weapon upgrade, this thing is much more efficient. The other lead that was considered for the Terminator was Roddy Piper, the wrestler, who had just come off doing They Live. And he had such a bad experience on the set of that film that he decided he didn't want to be part of it. So I think that's how the story goes. T808. I think this is the last of the Terminator units that's around. So we're about to get back, loop back around to that stupid door. So apparently the knees take absolutely no damage. Now I don't know if you get bonus parts for killing those things without blowing up their flame packs, and frankly I'm disinclined to find out. Because if they do get those, if they do get close enough to use them on you, you're gonna be a very unhappy camper. Or you get to be the marshmallows. Good choice. Well, I wouldn't really be too concerned about this stuff, but we did blow through all our trade resources at the beginning, so the more the merrier. Okay. I think that's about everything on this end. We gotta go take those pictures, and then we gotta wander on this way. Alright. And we need to go take a look at that tower. I said in the Infiltrator video that Jacob Rivers has a sprint bar. I'm kind of glad he doesn't. I'm kind of glad I was wrong about that, because, like I said in the Infiltrator videos, dear God, is there a lot of ground to cover. As I go loop back around to find more shit, more ground to cover. Alright, let's get through this. Cool. More ammo. There's a... Yep, yep. Did we just come through here? We did. I'm a dumbass. Alright. Back over the overturned truck. And we can't go up the hill, so we'll go around. Yeah, on more than one occasion I've been caught between that group of Terminators over there and the patrol that's coming through here. It wasn't, didn't end well for me. Go ahead and grab those. So the mission, we were just in that. We were just in that building. I don't know. So disappointed with myself, I lost my train of thought. Together, oh, that's a good noise. Always love the sound of metal under tension. We do have to leave on our own, and I do believe we need a picture of that tower. So this is a Skynet radio tower. Communications antenna. And the design is pretty much taken from... The last time I played a game with the design, with this Terminator game like that...
That's the last one.
Good job with these pictures, Rivers. We're one step closer to preparing a counterattack. I'm starting to see why Skynet isn't so fond of you.
Hey guys,
Get your ass back to the show.
you think she likes me? I don't think she likes anybody. But that's not important right now. This is us leaving. The last time, so, like I said, I'm going to digress here, but I am getting to the point, I promise. Too many explosive barrels makes me nervous. A lot of the inspiration for this game came from the old Bethesda first-person shooters, because Bethesda had the Terminator video game license for a long time, like 6 years, and they released a bunch of games. Terminator 2029 for DOS, Terminator Rampage for DOS, Terminator Future Shock for Skynet, or for Windows, and Skynet. Aha, I knew I'd forgotten about something. So they released 4 games over the course of about a decade, 7 years, and their art kind of stayed consistent, more or less, in between the 4 games. The Terminator Rampage really doesn't count though, because it's a Nakatomi Plaza simulator, where you're trapped in in the 30 levels or so of Cyberdyne HQ, and you have to put together a plasma rifle so you can kill the Terminator that's in the building. It's more of a Doom clone than anything else. And it didn't receive well. It's very hard to play. Alright, so that's us wrapping up this area, and I'm going to be wrapping up this video. So I thank you very much for joining me. Have a good day.